Today we're going to be looking at the removal of the starter motor on the 205 GTI. This is a 1990 1.6 phase 2. Now the starter motor itself is pretty well hidden. It's underneath the throttle housing here. Haynes manual recommends the removal of the inlet manifold, but there's a lot of items to disconnect, such as the fuel injectors, the coil, the fuel lines, the oil filler, the throttle assembly, and there's a lot of connections on the underside of the inlet manifold itself. So I think a better way of doing it is to actually remove the radiator, which is what we're going to look at now. We're dealing with the electrics, so we firstly need to disconnect the battery, and once we've disconnected the battery we can remove the front grille. Now the grille is held on by a screw on either side, so by removing the screw here and the corresponding screw on the right hand side, the grille itself will simply lift out. Once we've done that, we can now see the cross member. Most of these bolts are M10, so release all of these bolts. There are fastenings to the fan housing there, and over on the right hand side just release this bolt so that you get a little bit of wriggle room on that bracket, and then remove the air inlet. Once all those have been removed, the cross member can be taken off the car and disconnect the bonnet release cable. We now need to drain the coolant from the car. On my car there is a plug here which can be undone. So undo that. There's the top hose from the thermostat, there's the bottom hose from the water pump, and then there's the pipe into the expansion tank. So remove all three of those. Then there are three electrical connectors. We have one here, we have one there, and then there is one behind the headlamp assembly on the near side. If you need guidance as to how to remove the headlamp, check out one of my other videos. With that done, the radiator can now be removed. As you can see, it comes out complete with the fan housing. So take that out and place it to one side. That now gives us sight of the starter motor itself, which you can see in the center of the photo of the video there. Quick look at what the starter motor looks like. This is the actual orientation when it's in the car. So the two bolts on the left hand side, you will be able to see. The one on the right hand side is hidden away behind some wires, but it is quite easy to access. On the solenoid we have the main power connection, and then we have the connection to the solenoid itself. So going back under the bonnet, I'm actually removing the final bolt. Now that's the middle one of the three that we just looked at. Still quite a tight fit, but you should be able to now remove the starter motor, and once you move it away you should then get sight of the two power cables, power connections I should say, which you can remove, and once you've done that you'll be able to remove the starter motor from the car.